Hello, I'm Wes with Scioto Made and the owner and lead designer here. And I wanted to step in front of the camera, usually behind a sewing machine, to kind of do a little challenge here, challenge myself to something new over the next 30 days. I was inspired by my incredibly talented daughter who is very artistic and can pick up things super quickly, from drawing to piano to violin to guitar, and basically anything in the arts she touches. So she inspired me to really kind of step out here and see what I can do. So I picked up a book called You Can Draw in 30 Days by Mark Kistler. And it's a book where you have a drawing challenge each day, and it kind of gets progressively harder and teaches you different aspects and different kind of tools for your toolbook to become better at drawing. So what my goal is over the next 30 days is each day I'll do one of the pages, I'll film it, and I'll put it out there to the world to see what happens. I will read it first so I know what I'm doing before I start filming the drawing, so you won't just sit there and watch me read it. That would be pretty boring. But I'll just kind of do it cut from here to do an overhead, and we'll go from there. So this might be the intro over the next 30 days, it might not. Things might change. I might just do stuff to music, maybe I'll sing, who knows what's gonna happen. So hopefully over the next 30 days I get at least better at some sort of drawing and can function. So thanks. Okay, so here we are for lesson one. Some things I learned from yesterday is: one, make sure all the fans are turned off in the space so the sound's better. Two, I'll try to use a darker pencil so it shows up a little bit better on screen. Don't worry, those are a mess, so don't look at those. But the whole principle of this book is to kind of just keep drawing and don't worry what it looks like and just keep improving. So that's what we're gonna do. So today's lesson one officially. So we'll come up here and write lesson one. It's the sphere. So as I discussed before, I'm not gonna read every single detail here, but I'll go through kind of the highlights of it. So the first thing we do with this is we draw a circle, and the book calls out definitely not to care if it's too messy or too bad. Don't get stressed over it, because this is just where you're starting from. So we'll go through and I will create a circle just to keep the pen moving. You can see it's not very circly, but it works. Then what we do up here is we determine a light source, which I'm going to have it come in from this angle. And then that's to help create the shadows at the bottom. So you see where this is coming from, and kind of create where the shadows are coming from and where the light source is going to be casting on the surface here. So I'm just going to create little shadows here, and kind of how far out it would depending on how high the object's going to be. So we got that. We come a little darker because that's on the back side. So, okay, from there. Then lastly, start to create kind of that three-dimensional shape by putting scribbles and starting them darker and making them lighter as they go, or lighter and making them darker as you go, kind of whichever way you want to go. So we start up here. I'm gonna create some scribbles here. I mean, it's a little high, but blend into the bottom of it a little bit. Kind of lighten them up as we go, and lighter. And then the next thing it talks about is blending them a little bit. So I use the tip of my finger and just kind of come through and blend it a little bit, and I can add a little more if I need to, just to get the gradient better. But there we go. That's lesson one. I'll probably continue to keep drawing and practicing on this. There is a bonus challenge, and each day I believe there's a bonus challenge throughout the book, but it gives you the next steps of it. So I would take an apple or like an orange or something and try and draw a sphere, and then draw the shadowing of how the sphere would look. But I don't have an apple or orange with me today, so I won't be doing that. But yeah, You can see how we started on lesson 1 and tune in tomorrow for lesson 2.